Of all places, you've made me go to Aston Villa's training ground and you're telling me there's no news. You're telling me we can't get the news feedback. I'm not quite sure what's going on here, but apparently they're not able to get the news sources through to my earpiece. It's broken. It's bloody broken. I don't know what's going on. Hold on. However, I do have the One Football app which can help us out. Don't worry. Bam. Ooh. Oh, it's not looking good for Aston Villa. Jack Grealish to Man U. The Sun. If you do want to stay up to date on the latest transfer news, make sure you download the One Football app where you can get pretty much everything you need to know about football all in one app. They've got pretty much everything. The latest matches, they've got all the World Cup news, you get to predict the scores with your mates, everything. Actually, hold on a minute, I don't think I remember the score from the playoff final. Let's have a check, shall we? Oh, here it is. Ooh, 1-0 Fulham, unlucky Aston Villa. If you do want to use it, the link is in the description. Download it. They've been kind enough to sponsor the channel. I'll be keeping up to date with the Birmingham City news on this app, and I hope you will too. Let's get on with the video. Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name's Brummy Joe, and this is the first episode of Transfer Talk. And this is where we're going to go through the transfer talk of the week, every single week up to the start of the season. I hope you guys enjoy it. And as you can see, I'm smartly dressed as I'm trying to be a news presenter. We'll see how that pans out. A bit of stuff's happened over the weekend with the playoffs, the Champions League, etc. But we're going to keep this championship based. First of all, congratulations to Fulham for escaping the championship through the playoffs. One of the toughest ways to get out of the division, really, but one of the most rewarding when you really do win it. And oh, it's brilliant. I mean, as a Birmingham fan, it was great to see Villa losing that. And I mean, many of us were very, very happy. It really did shut up a lot of the Villa fans, I know. Villa are one of the teams that are going to be facing financial fair play issues. There are approximately 12 teams in the Championship that breached financial fair play. You know, the punishments aren't going to be so severe as transfer embargoes, etc. But it's really going to limit the amount that clubs can spend and might force teams into selling their most valuable assets. One being Jack Grealish of Aston Villa. Rated at 20 to 30 million pounds, there are Premier League teams looking at him. And with Jack Grealish looking for an England call-up, maybe it's the time to go. Obviously, he wanted to go up with Villa, his boyhood club. He loves the club, but maybe it's too late now. Maybe the chance has gone. And if he really wants to get in that England squad, he has to make the move up to Premier League. Now, the Giants, Man United, are actually looking at him, but there are also the likes of Leicester as well. And I think Leicester would be a much better move for him with the likes of Ben Chilwell and Damari Gray, already close friends with Grealish, and would be able to make a decent move there and get some game time too. That's the thing. The main thing is game time. As long as he's away from Aston Villa, that's good with me. I think if they'd have won that playoff final, they'd have been a Premier League side for years to come. But now it's completely different. They're going to be in a similar situation to Blues, maybe the situation that Blues are just coming out of now. So, you know, reality's really going to hit them. And the likes of John Terry are going to be going as well. You've got Graben going back to Bournemouth. Johnston going back to Man U. There are a lot of players that are going to be leaving Aston Villa. It's going to be a much different side next season. As for Birmingham City, we are in a similar situation. We also took a big gamble this season, which didn't pay off. We spent a lot of money in the summer, and obviously it didn't work with us almost being relegated. Funnily enough, one of the biggest earners we could get this season is actually a sell-on clause for Jack Butland. Now, we've never got more than, 6 million for a player before? But we could be getting 8 to 10 million for Jack Butland should he go for 30, 40 million, which is massive. They've got a 25% sell-on fee, and I think that's going to be massive for the club in terms of balancing the books and getting ourselves, you know, sort of stable with financial fair play as well. I think we'll be able to spend a bit of money, just obviously not as much as last season. There is one player that Birmingham are set to sign, it seems. Danish left-back Christian Pedersen was spotted at St Andrews, apparently. Now, I'll show you the pictures here. Make of it what you will. He's been linked with a move to Birmingham and Leeds, but it seems like Blues could beat Leeds to their man. The 6'3" left-back has had a good season for the Bundesliga 2 side Union Berlin, and he's looking at a move to the Championship. We could do with a better left-back, really. He's also on quite high wages, so maybe we move on Jonathan Grounds and bring in Pedersen. Reduce that wage bill again. Obviously, Colin played a lot on the left-hand side last season as Grounds was injured, but he could be moved back over to the right. Does that mean Wes Harding is going on loan next season? Who knows? But yeah, the thing about the photo is it does look quite similar. It's a bit blurry as it was taken with some potato, but I think it could have some truth to it, really. We'll have to see about that one, but if the pictures have been taken, we should hear about it in the next day or so. And if we haven't, it's probably not him, it's probably fake. Stockdale looks like he could be out the door for Birmingham City, and if so, Alex Smithies could be the replacement. Now, I hear a lot of talk about Alex Smithies, but to be honest, I don't know if we could afford him. He's on a contract till 2020, and he's seen as one of the better goalkeepers in the Championship. Can we get him? I just don't know. I would like to see him at the Blues, and Stockdale is on a big wage. So we'll have to see what happens with Stockdale first. The Bristol City left-back Joe Bryan looks set to move to the Premier League, as a number of teams are currently after him. Bristol are looking to sign Southampton's Sam McQueen, and if this goes through, it should open the door for Joe Bryan to leave. I think the asking price for Joe Bryan is about 10 million, roughly. So yeah, he's a decent left-back, and I think he's ready for the Premier League, but we'll have to see what happens with this one. Surely, though, if they do bring in this left-back, it shows that he's going to be leaving. Next up, Wigan, Blackburn and Bolton all are interested in Bristol City's goalkeeper, Frank Fielding. Frankie Fielding is more known as. I mean, I knew about him back in the day, really. He looked like he was going to be another one of these young goalkeepers, up and coming, about to get into the England squad, but he's been sort of just hanging around the Championship, 30 years old now. I think he's quite a reliable goalkeeper in the Championship. He kept 11 clean sheets from last season, helping Bristol City finish in 11th place. We've got Derby County next, and Frank Lampard, I mean, you must have heard about this everywhere, but Frank Lampard has confirmed that he's in talks with Derby County. Is it too early for him? Is it the right club? I just don't know. You look at what happened with Gary Neville when he took an early job, and I just don't know. I hope it works out well for him, really. Amazing player. Will he be an amazing manager? It's just yet to be seen. I mean, sometimes they just hit the ground running. A lot can be expected of them, but they don't have that much experience. You can definitely change the dressing room, though, I imagine. One thing is for Derby, they will be on a very tight budget again next season. They won't be spending a lot of money like they did last summer. Due to financial fair play, again, it's going to be quite tight for them. It's going to be tough for them to get in the playoffs next season, I think. Now then, Leeds United seem to be set to sign Abel Hernandez, but I'm quite confused by this. As, they're still up in the air about the manager situation. They don't know whether the manager's going to be there next season. They might be looking at options. It seems like one of those scenarios where the manager sort of knows he's going, but they're waiting for the announcement. They're waiting for a replacement to be found. But these decisions have to be made soon, because you can't leave it too late in the summer. You need time to assemble a squad. I just hope, Leeds have time to do that. Will that be a factor for Abel Hernandez? Will he want to know what manager's going to be there? You'd think so, wouldn't you? So maybe this one, maybe it's got legs, maybe it doesn't. But you might have to wait and see with it. Now, Reading have already done a little bit of business. They've signed Andy Yadom, I hope I've pronounced that correctly, from Barnsley. His contract expires on the 1st of July, so it's going to be officially announced then. But yeah, they've signed him. So that's quite a good signing. It looks like Chris Gunter could be going out if he's coming in as well. So a decent replacement for Reading. But it looks like Liam Moore could be out the door as well, as Brighton have lodged a bid for him. So Rowett's taken over Stoke. A lot has been said about it, and obviously me being a Birmingham City fan, you might want to hear my opinion on it too. But we're going to try and stay unbiased as I can on this transfer talk, because it is aimed more at the general Championship fan. He doesn't really seem to follow things through and see them through to the very end. He has short stints at clubs, and even though he was fired from Blues, he was sacked, there were rumours of him going around looking at other clubs, looking at your derbies and other clubs. There are other offers. His head's being turned, and you want a manager that's focused on the task, not focused on the next opportunity. So and you've got to say as well, is the motivation always going to be there when you know you can just jump ship at any time? I'm not sure. Let me know, Derby fans, and let me know, Stoke fans. What do you think about Gary Rowett leaving and joining you? Speaking of him anyway, he is targeting Ben Osborne as their first summer signing. Ben Osborne has had a good season with Nottingham Forest, and he's sort of caught Rowett's eye. He seems to be the player that Rowett wants to bring to Stoke to start off the transfer business. Obviously, they will be in for a summer of change as well, as they've got a lot of big earners at that club and players that, to be fair, aren't really championship players. You've got Joe Allen. Celtic are looking at him as well. Will he go to there? I don't know. He signed for 14 million in 2016 and he's going to be on a hefty wage. There are a few other players Stoke have as well, which should be going out the door soon. But you've got to think as well, though, a couple of them will be at the World Cup too. So maybe it's going to be done a little bit after that. That's the thing with the transfer window on a World Cup year. A lot of the business at the upper end, the higher divisions, seems to be done after the World Cup. So you can sort of gauge how well a player's doing. And a lot of the time, the value goes up. Maybe it'll be the same for Birmingham's only player to reach a World Cup final since 2006, Sheikh Ndoye. The last Blues player to reach a World Cup finals was Stan Lazaridis for Australia in 2006. And wow, what a player Sheikh Ndoye is. Watch him have a worldie of a World Cup now. Anyway, guys, is there any transfer news that I missed? Let me know in the comments. If you want to inform me of any championship news for the next episode, hit me up on Twitter. It's at BrummyJoeHD. Like the video if you do enjoy the new series and want to see more of it. And let me know what you thought in the comments as well. Who would you like to see your team sign? Who would you like to see your team hold on to as well? It's going to be a strange summer with a lot of financial fair play rules being put in place in the Championship. It's going to be a bit tighter of a season as well. Not 14 signings for Birmingham City and so on. But who knows. Anyway, that'll be it for me today. Subscribe if you are new. I'll be back soon. And I'll see you next time.
Beaver County man is being held for murder and more later.